Tembisa Hospital's Institutional Labour Caucus has written to the Gauteng Premier, David Makhura, to intervene and reinstate the hospital's CEO, Mthunzi. This comes amid a scandal that revealed massive looting at the hospital running into hundreds of millions. Joining us now to explain their demands is Tembisa Hospital Institutional Labour Caucus spokesperson, Stefans. Kansas, good to have you with us, and thank you very much for your time. So you are a coalition, so to speak, of the various labor movements within the Tembisa Hospital, including Denosa and so on and so forth, as part of this grouping. And you have written to the Premier because you are raising frustrations. Are you saying as a coalition there, or as a grouping, that the issues, for example, raised by Babita Diokaran, issues raised by the SIU now in terms of what they're investigating, I think Sanko we spoke to as well, have been raising the same issues, are all just issues of the Democratic Alliance, and you yourself as a formation have got no knowledge of these issues?
Good evening to you and your viewers, Mr. Mthunzi. And thanks for giving us this platform so that we can give some perspective in relation to these accusations and also how this issue has been managed. And so that we can also give a certain side of the story, because everything at Tembisa Hospital has been one-sided and it frustrates us. You mentioned a number of issues, raising issues starting from the report from Diokaran. But I just want you to also to check on that report. We can even make it available to you. The Tembisa Hospital is flagged in amongst other institutions. There are about 10, including the head office, in terms of these expenditures. And it worries us that the concern is only around Tembisa Hospital. The issue around the DA, we don't have issues with the political party, of any political party for that matter. But the issues that we're having is that DA is the only political formation which has marched and came to our institution and made some wild accusations. And we still even saying today, not only the Premier or the department that we are inviting so that we can engage, the DA itself can also come to the institution to engage with our leadership there. We have identified, among other things, that there is a leadership vacuum in our department. Perhaps it's against that background wherein the Premier has seen a need for them to intervene. But our request to the Premier was not around an issue of participating, to say come and intervene. But now what you are seeing is that no, the Premier now has an interest now in the matter, is not even intervening, he's participating, the direct participant in these processes, and we're very frustrated around those issues. A week before last week, on a Friday, we sat in a multilateral meeting, and then we resolved that we need to invite these offices, the office of the MEC and also that one of the HOD. And then they came with apologies and the following Monday, and also we then gave them a chance up until Friday the 26th so that they can see us. We then see that no, these offices are in no position. In fact, they don't want to see us, to meet with us. It was against that background wherein we wrote a letter to the Premier in the afternoon of Friday the 26th. And it was then we saw in the evening, after we sent a request to meet with the Premier, we just see on news, we were being gotten calls, and how can your CEO is suspended? We didn't know. Even now, so we're having a leadership which is using media to address departmental issues, of which we believe that those are the issues should be then being dealt with an employer-employee kind of a relationship. I think it has been destroyed now.
Yeah. So, I mean, in terms of the issues that you are saying have been institution-wide, not just at the Tembisa Hospital, have you called for an investigation into those issues?
Look, we are in no position to call for an investigation around those issues. Remember, what has happened, we've seen things around our institution on the mainstream media and also on social media. And for us to engage around these issues, we need the heads of the departments. Let them come, let's engage. We are seeing our department, in fact, we are seeing our institution being dragged in the mud. And we don't have a problem if there's any anyone else who's implicated in the processes must go through the processes of investigation, and if there's a disciplinary processes around that, we don't have a problem with that. But our problem is that the process in relation to how we intend to resolve these issues has been flawed. Look, if I can give you an example, the CEO is at a chief director level as far as public service is concerned, but that person is supposed to report to the DDG of the department at level 15, and also ultimately to report at the HOD, who is in this in representing to other national departments, will be the Director General. All these offices which are supposed to take action and do something around the issue of the CEO have been mum. Up until the office of the Premier issued the statement, how do you manage an institution, a department through media? Where is the sense in that? Where is the sense? We're having a CEO who's sitting at home. In fact, he was sick, and his apology was sent to us, and it was recorded in a formal meeting that the CEO is sick, and Dr. Chu was acting from the 22nd of August up until the 26th. And in that process, the person is sick. And instead of addressing these issues and trying to engage on this person, you are issuing a media statement on the future of an individual. What is that? Are we painting a picture around these issues? Why are we managing our department in this fashion? We are very frustrated. It's against the background and say, Premier, come, engage, talk to us. We don't have a problem of your decisions in as far as your prerogative is concerned. But why are you undermining the labor at Tembisa Hospital?
So why have you made this a labor issue when it's an administration issue? The administration is being investigated for maladministration. Why are you saying, Premier, don't investigate, come and consult us first before you investigate? I'm trying to understand that.
No, we never said he mustn't investigate. We welcome the investigation. We must put that one in record. We never said stop that one. We are only saying there should be a proper consultative kind of a process. The investigation can happen concurrently with this kind of a process. But it worries us that we have an intention of investigation. We don't even know the areas that should be investigated. All those kinds of things. We don't have a problem with that. But what's so difficult about you to have this kind of consultative processes? Those are issues. You can't under no circumstances stop any investigation instituted against the institution.
All right. Has the Premier responded to your letter?
No, not yet. We haven't received any response. We sent the letter Friday. I made a follow-up with the spokesperson of the Premier, Office of the Premier, Mr. Vuyomaga. He hasn't gave me any heads up around that, and even today I called him. He said he's in a meeting. I called again. I even sent him a WhatsApp. He said that he's going to revert. When I called him again, he didn't even answer my call.
All right, Councillor Stefans, appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on. Of course, that is a spokesperson for the Institutional Labour Caucus, is a group of labour formations coming together, speaking with one voice, saying to the Premier, please engage us and have a consultative process with us in terms of these processes of investigation that you are embarking on.